Hello, Mega Matt Movies here. Today we're going to be taking a look at Stormweavers again, this little update video. Right there you saw Broadsword Interactive, now it's Havoc Studios. Those are two of the kind of intro things to the game. They're both, the Havoc Studio is kind of like my own like game studios that I want to do, and Broadsword Interactive is where I'm going to be hosting my game, and they also came up with the original idea for it. But yeah, alright, so we come in here, right off the bat, a lot of changes, complete graphics overhaul, and as you saw right there, it did wave 1. So as you take a look right here, you have your character. That was a really nice polished sprite right there. But as you can see, there are some placeholder images. I don't have any walking animations yet. So as I move around, yeah, keep in mind a lot of images are going to be placeholders. It's going to take me at least a month for me to finish all of those. So on top of that, I have 8 directional movement now, and your spells shoot in 8 directions, so that's a lot nicer. All the spells still work the same. You can just shoot them diagonally, which is cool. If we go ahead and take a look at the enemies, you see that they turn based on where the character is. Their sprites turn, so they actually face towards the character instead of just staying one stationary sprite. I think the eyes are actually pretty polished, they're pretty finished. I think it's kind of quite, they all kind of turn towards your character. It's actually, I think it's going to be really awesome. So go ahead and kill all those guys. One thing I haven't talked about yet is that tornado down there. That thing is, well, self-explanatory. It's a tornado. If you go on it, you just take a damage, and it just goes around the map. So you have to be aware of it. And it might not be a big deal, but once there's 3 or 4 on the map, you're going to be wishing that they weren't there. You also saw that there's a wave 2, and lots more rocks. So yeah, wave 2, there's a wave system. Um, just more eyes for now. Um, but yeah, I'm really happy with the overall look. I think I redid the background. Now that bottom HUD is not going to be the final thing. Not even close. The final thing is going to be really awesome. I'm going to have a cool design for it. I actually might even redo all the spell images. I don't think I like those looking at them. But yeah, no, this is pretty much it. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it has been quite the process. I originally made the game in a physics, using the physics engine of GameMaker, and I realized that was a horrible idea, because this game doesn't need physics. So I completely re-scripted the whole thing, not using a physics world, basically, and that kind of sucked. As we see here, Wave 3, I'm kind of just prolonging talking about stuff till I can see the third enemy, which I've done, or the second enemy. I've made 3 total, but I'll only showcase the second enemy. As you see there, I ran through the tornado and took damage. Uh, but yeah, no, so the enemies are actually really easy to make. Once I'm sort of done polishing off everything, it's just going to be, creating sprites and the bosses, because enemies aren't really too hard to make. But yeah, I think it's coming up right now. We're about to see the goblin enemy, the original enemy in the Stormweavers game. Right there, placeholder images. As you can see there, I was working on a walking animation for one of the more polished sprites of the goblin. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's coming along, I think. I really like it. Those goblins have 2 health instead of 1, so it'll take 2 shots to kill them. They also face all 8 directions, obviously. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of what I've done so far in Stormweavers Wave 4. And there, I died. Yeah, here to the end of the video, I was just messing around. I was like, oh, I've only ever, just recently I've only been messing with Hal. I don't know what happened to the other, characters. And so I was like, oh, I wonder what happens if I click on it, right? And as soon as I did, game crashes. Yeah, right there. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to stay tuned for the next update, and I'll see all of you soon.